2006 actually, but one, electrical engineering at IITACB. So I took one extra semester, so 2007. Used to be very shy about it, but nowadays I tell people that's what happened. And then I got foundation. Yeah?
Strong foundation.
Yeah, strong foundation. Yeah, not the best student, but getting there somehow, trying to make a difference. The 100 crores that has been given out, none of it is my money. It's money that's been raised from foundations, from different governments, and I'll talk about it. So just to clarify, I'm not a high net worth individual with money to give out. I'm not an angel investor. I just take money and give money, or I do certain things. So IKP is actually a 17-year-old company. IKP Knowledge Park is a 17-year-old company. IKP EDEN is what I set up in Bangalore. So they let me move from Hyderabad to Bangalore to set it up. This is India's probably first private hardware product incubator. So you've heard of all the Google labs and Microsoft labs and all of those. They focus more on IT, e-commerce. So we do everything other than that. So healthcare, medical devices, hardware, robotics, that's our focus. And Eden is Engineering Design Entrepreneurship Network. We thought it was really cool because Eden is where life begins, or began as per a certain book. So just a brief history. In Hyderabad, we are a very large campus. We are a 200-acre campus. So you play on real estate, you play on rentals, you play on with big companies, mid-sized companies, small companies. DuPont India is inside our campus. So in all, that 200 acres serves about 3,000 scientists across 60 companies. It's more of a real estate play in Hyderabad. We also have a life science incubator there. So biotech, chemistry, startups work out of Hyderabad. In Bangalore, we have an engineering focus center next to Forum Mall in Koramangala. We have conducted a couple of IIT alumni events there, not the ACB event, but Kharagpur and IIT Madras have done their alumni meetups there. Over the last 17 years, we promoted maybe 250 or more companies. We have funded maybe 100 or more companies through different people's money. So thanks to the Indian government, US government, UK government, Karnataka government, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they are happy to give out spare change in the millions of dollars to us, and then we take that and we give it to Indian startups in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's what we've been doing. I've been doing for the last 6 years. So that's how it reached about 140 crores, and we have funded more than 125 startups in the last 6 years. So that's the story. So as an incubator, you provide infrastructure, you provide funding, you provide community, you provide mentorship and advisory support. I do the first three parts, infrastructure. The mentorship, I come to associations such as these, and I request senior people, experienced people, successful people to come advise our startups. Because our pool is quite large now. In Bangalore itself, we have 40 resident startups. So that's the story. And advisors and mentors. Some of the most successful companies, Loris Labs, started as a one-person company in 2006 in Hyderabad, went public in December 2016 at a 2,500 crore valuation, our flagship company. They still have a research campus inside our Hyderabad space, about 350 odd scientists still work for Loris in our campus. And then other companies like Remilio, again, I think IIT Kharagpur, MIT PhD person, Anand Shivaraman. Windmill Health is a resuscitation device for babies. Soham is to detect deafness in infants. GPS Renewables, bioreactor company. Some of the companies that have been immensely successful, generating revenues in maybe the tens of crores, or maybe like Remilio is probably the highest right now, maybe doing about a 50 crore valuation or a 75 crore valuation. We have Dhananjay here, also IIT Madras, MIT PhD, Achira Labs founder. He's 7 years into the game, so he knows the difficulty of doing a software startup where the gestation is like 5 years, 7 years, all of that. So he has raised money from Catamaran. He's raised money through some of the grant programs that we also run. So maybe he can also help me later when we answer your questions. One big successful story is 99 Dots. So apart from funding and infrastructure, you want to give them customer access. Right? Any startup needs customer access because customer money is better than investment money. It's something you don't have to give back, but you have to give a good service, and then at the end of it, you get a referral, and then it gets you more customers and more money. So 99 Dots is a startup. It's not by IITians, it's by MIT folks. Actually, two guys, both American, came back to India through Microsoft research and then started this company. Tuberculosis is a big problem in India. They work on treatment adherence, which is how do you make sure people take their medication on time. And these guys built a very simple system where you put that medicine inside an envelope, and every time you open the envelope, it says, give a missed call to this number. So the poor patient, the TB patient is usually poor, he just gives a missed call, no cost to the patient, you take your medications on time. If you don't take your medication, a 5,000 rupee treatment becomes a 2 lakh treatment. 6-month treatment becomes a 2-year treatment. Your life expectancy goes down from 85% success to maybe 25% success. So it's you have to take your medicines on time for 6 months. So this is a very simple system that does that. But what we did here to help them was talk to the government, talk to different agencies, and help them get access to patients. That's a big problem in healthcare. And as this number is really old, so by now they've reached out to 35,000 patients, not just in India but also Myanmar and Cambodia, and they have monitored about 500,000 doses of medication, and that's one success story in 2.5 years that we've managed to do. Important to note, this is a non-invasive medical intervention, hence it's possible to scale up at this pace. If you're doing something where you're collecting a sample or you're injecting something into somebody, then it's going to take much longer because of clinical trials and all that. So what did we set up in Bangalore? So when you look at any hardware product and you open it up, you're going to have plastics, you're going to have metal components, electronics, you're going to, if it's a medical device, you're going to have microfluidics, fluidics channels, all of that, sample handling, all of that inside one box. So we decided to set up one space where you can do your metal milling, your lathe machine, your welding, your sheet metal work, your plastics, injection molding, electronics, a small wet lab, all of that in one place. An 8-layer PCB milling machine is coming, so you can mill up to 8 layers and assemble with the SMT system. All that is coming in our Koramangala space in the next 2-3 months. We already have working metal labs, woodworking labs, all of that. Especially that PCB milling and assembly system is about 80 lakhs. So I'm waiting for DST to actually give us money to buy that machine, because we won't be able to get back that kind of returns. So that's what it is. This is what is available to you 1 kilometer from here. These are some snapshots of what we already have. So CNC, we're getting a much better CNC machine. Again, it's a Haas machine with a 18 micron accuracy. Again with DST support, maybe in the next 2-3 months. This fund was actually approved like September last year. We are almost at September this year. So I've been selling this promise to the startups for almost a year. Please bear with me. So the DST funding is coming. It's on the way. These are some snapshots from our Hyderabad space, which is more biotech chemistry focused. So if you need NMR, HPLC, GCMS, you could always go there and get it done. Some of the companies that are working here in Bangalore, Skylark Drones, probably Bangalore's best drone company, but right now I think IITM has come out with Detect Technologies, which is just in the news almost every day. Green Design is a company that works for Big Basket, so that's a B2B model. Very successful, got a customer order of about 5 crores. So they built that system. It's basically a warehousing curation system. So it's a very simple device, simple scooter, but that was built in-house. Now they're supplying about 200 machines to Big Basket. So it's a little more than what you see here, but So big basket, when you place an order with 50 items, there could be mistakes while you're curating the basket, and it takes a lot of time for one person to curate the basket. So the simple solution is to go around on this electric scooter, and then you have a tablet with you which tells you which aisle to pick up a product from. And then you have a barcode scanner which scans that product, tells you whether it's the right product or not, and then a box opens, and then you put that into that box. So lesser mistakes in curating a basket and faster curation of the basket. So Big Basket has actually picked them up. We have companies working for Paytm doing similar things. That's Ajay Port, which is also an IITACB founder. Electronut is an IIT Bombay founder. Influx Motors is an IIT Delhi founder. They're making electric superbikes which can do 0 to 100 in 4 seconds. They have a working prototype. The bike goes around Tabikire, does about 2-3 kilometers without failure now. That bike has been tested, built and tested. Two-wheeler, yeah, it's two-wheeler. Yeah. They want to, no, not driverless. They want to be the Tesla of electric bikes. So,
bike and mobile.
yeah, motorbike. So, but no motor, electric motor. Yeah, not an IC. Yeah, and yeah, the rest of it. So that's it. So some snapshots. Good thing is Karnataka government asked us to set up satellite centers in all of those cities. So Bangalore, Belgaum, Mysore, Pune, Shimoga, we'll have more centers. So enabling more hardware companies, enabling more of the ecosystem. So you can correct. So you can actually see us from Forum. You can see us from Acropolis. Yeah. I think it is. It's on? It's not on? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Now we can hear you.
Sorry. Yeah, so now the interesting part of funding, where we took money from all of these players and we did different challenges, different programs. You might have heard of the X Prize, you might have heard of other kinds of challenges. So we did that on a small scale, on a big scale.
So are you now describing the different things?
Okay, so I showed you that slide where there was a child looking at the little plane fly. So infrastructure is one aspect, funding is one aspect, peer community, advisory support is one aspect, and then customer access is the other. So what I spoke about till now is the infrastructure part, and the other part is funding. So enabling startups with infra funding, customers, advisory support, that is what we do. So this is the funding part that I want to talk about. Big thanks to all the partners, USA, BIRAC, which is part of the Department of Biotechnology, DFID UK, etc., Government of Karnataka, Alumni. We are registered as a not-for-profit, but we have a sister company that's a for-profit venture fund, which is called India Innovation Fund. They invested in about 7-8 companies, did really well. We are raising the second round now. So that should be ready by January, February of this year. Dhananjay is a awardee of the PIG program, not through IKP, but PIG has multiple partners. There's another incubator called CCAM in North Bangalore. So they administer the funds to Dhananjay. So that's the story. I'm happy to talk about some of the programs that are open. So Grant Challenges India is a 50 lakh grant. It's not diluted. You don't have to pay us back. It's money given for a good cause. So if you're working on public health, you're working on nutrition, family planning, infectious diseases, you can apply to us. The call closes August 31st. It's 50 lakhs for 18 months. If you do well, we give you an additional 10 lakhs as a bonus. So up to 60 lakhs over 18 months is what is available, but purely public health. The other program is Prayas. This is supported by Department of Science and Technology. This is a smaller award, but 10 lakhs for 12 months for hardware, for developing a prototype. Of course, we give you the infrastructure support. And please do apply by September 7th. So if anyone has a new prototype you want to try out, then we have a small capital available for you. Again, not diluted, we don't want it back. We just want you to make an impact, create jobs, and pay back the government by paying taxes on time. Grand Challenge Karnataka will open next week. So traffic is, we know Bangalore traffic is a big problem. We identify challenges very specific to Karnataka and then we do a call around it. 10 lakhs for 6 months if you're successful in coming up with any traffic management solution. 50 lakhs, and then we will totally tie you down with the Karnataka traffic police and VP, everybody, and then give you an open letter to come work anywhere to scale up your idea. That's how it's similar to the TV program where we were able to reach out to 30,000 patients. It's a challenge because there's more than one team working on the same problem. So it's competitive. 5 people get 10 lakhs, only one person gets the second 50 lakhs. So that's how we try to streamline it. This is sponsored by Government of Karnataka. Again, if you need any inputs on how to apply, please let me know. It's at impact.karnataka.org. We are just the money managers. The money belongs to Karnataka government. We are just enabling by identifying startups, screening them, putting an expert panel to select the companies, and then giving you the funds, and then monitoring your progress, giving you access to traffic police in this case, public health centers in other cases. That's what we do. Allied services, if you have an idea, can you patent it? Is it worth working on? So intellectual property advice, freedom to operate analysis, that's a service that operates out of Hyderabad. But you can always say that this is my idea, this is my product, should I pursue it? Because you don't want to spend 2 years building something that has already been built by somebody else or patented by somebody else. Right? So with all of this together, we actually put together an accelerator program. So incubator is where you can walk in anytime, walk out anytime. So if you need 1 year to build a product, you can start today and then anytime you want. If it takes you 6 months, good. If it takes you 1 year, no problem. That's how incubation works. Walk in anytime, walk out anytime. Go with us and we help you. Accelerators are when there's a fixed in time and a fixed out time. It's like 4-month intensive acceleration process. We have 2 accelerators. One is a social impact accelerator where we work with different corporates, and corporates give us CSR and we find social impact companies. So if it's agriculture, sanitation, healthcare, education, clean tech. So the selection process was actually yesterday and the day before. We have 30 teams pitch and we have picked 11 teams. Bubble Wash is one of the teams. So Mars is here. So he can talk about. This is the first time we're doing an accelerator. So accelerator is like the Y Combinator or your Techstars. The only 2 accelerators in the world that are successful are Y Combinator and Techstars. There is no other accelerator that has broken even. So this is ambitious. We are a startup in ourselves, and this is the first time that we are also doing an accelerator. The second accelerator is, we haven't named it yet, but it has to be launched on Wednesday. The call for proposals. It's a medical device accelerator. It's purely medtech. We are investing 25 lakhs to 30 lakhs per company. We are also getting UC Berkeley to come in and do all the trainings the first time around. We're spending about $100,000 on them just to come and do the trainings for the 10 teams. So it's going to be very intensive, very professional. By the time you get done with it, and we also get done with it, I'm sure we will all be in a better place. So UC Berkeley, I don't have a name for it yet, but we should come out with a name and launch it sometime next week. Funds have been raised. UC Berkeley has agreed to come in. All that is in place. The name is not, but hopefully sometime next week that is also done. So acceleration is probably the next step for us, and I would seek all your support. Those of you starting up, please come to us. We'll help you in any which way we can. Those of you who are in a position to advise, mentor startups, please do come over. We are probably the most technically sound network in India, and we should definitely leverage all of that, work together any which way we can. I'm sure I'm only in my early 33, whatever, several successful bigger organizations, built organizations. Please help us build the network. We are happy to come up with all sorts of models to incentivize both advisors, mentors, so that we make sure the startups share some kind of upside with them. Right now it's been very organic. Mentorship has been very dicey. And if there are any startups here who want to talk about bad mentorship experiences, because I know there are a whole bunch of incubators coming up, there are a whole bunch of co-working spaces coming up, and there are a lot of people who promise mentorship, and we still not figure out the right model, and I'm happy to work with all of you to come up with the right model, enable as many startups as possible, not just in our space, outside of our space as well. So anything hardware, anything healthcare, anything, we're happy to work with all of you. Please do connect with us. Please come stop by our space. It's one of the cutest 25,000 square foot offices. It's got everything that you need. It's on 4 floors, 5 floors actually. So please do stop by to see. You'll be reminded of your old workshop. You'll be reminded of for those of you who came back from the US or from other nicer places. We hope to give you the same kind of atmosphere, same kind of environment, so that our Bangalore space now has about 40 companies, with the 38 to be precise, and yesterday we chose 11 to be part of the accelerator. So we are right now sitting on 49 startups in our space. Once we close the medical device accelerator, we'll probably be at 55 startups. So we're talking 55 different companies, about 50 different people sitting out of one space. So that's probably one of the best, R&D spaces that India has right now. So please do join in. Even if you're not starting up, but you want to interact with them, advise them, mentor them, please do come and stop by. I request all of you to come. I don't know what happened, but my email ID was on the last slide. That's my email ID, that's my phone number. Please come by, please see what we're doing and try to help this startup ecosystem. Bangalore is way ahead. I moved from Hyderabad to Bangalore just to be part of this ecosystem. But we also know that Silicon Valley is very ahead of Bangalore. So let's do what we can to catch up. We are the best of the crowd. We need to work together. Thank you.